Hi everyone and welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. Today we have a 20-minute Vinyasa flow named Lightning Bugs. If you're joining for the 20-day challenge, well done for making it this far. This is day 12. And today I have a very playful flow for you. It's inspired by lightning bugs. There's a fair few of them out here in Costa Rica, also known as fireflies if you're from the UK. And whenever I see these little magical creatures, I always, one, have a smile, but get a playful aura running through my body. So that's what the inspiration for today's flow is. If you're coming with me and you're listening to the playlist, which is down in the bio, we're going to click play in 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to come and find ourselves in a child's pose. So knees out wide, sink the hips down. And come and find a moment here in your child's pose. Inhaling through the nose. Let it all go out the mouth. Grounding into your mat. Knowing you are totally held here on your mat. On our next inhale, we're slowly going to roll the body up. Take those hands up to the sky. And exhale, fold it back forwards, not worrying about what this looks like. Inhale, just getting some movements through the spine, arms up to the sky, maybe the gaze follows. Exhale, take it forward. One more. And exhale it down. This time we're going to come up and we're just going to find a kneeling position. So it might be nice to bring those knees closer together. I'll turn to face you. And we're going to move right through 2 rounds of Nadi Shodhana breathing. So this is our alternate nostril breathing to help cleanse the airways before we start moving. Taking your right hand in the Vishnu Mudra, it's kind of like a surfing, gnarly wave hand gesture. We're going to close our right nostril with our thumb, inhaling through our left nostril for 2, 3, 4. Close the left, exhale through the right, 2, 3, 4. Inhale through the right, 2, 3, 4. Close the right and exhale through the left, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 round. Moving into our second round, inhaling in the left, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the right, 2, 3, 4. Inhale through your right, 2, 3, 4. Close the right and exhale through the left, 2, 3, 4. Really nice, everyone. Now just lower the hands down to your mat or your lap and just notice the breath moving in and out through the nose. Invitation here to close the mouth and turn on your Ujjayi breath, your oceanic breathing, if that's in your practice. And also, as I mentioned at the beginning of the practice, there's the opportunity now to set the intention for your practice. This might be a thing or a person that needs your energy, or today's offering is around that intention of playfulness. I intend to be playful throughout my practice and throughout my day. Sealing that with one final breath, we're going to plant our hands down on our mat and we're going to lift our hips up to the sky in our downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale. Looking to the top of the mat, we're going to tiptoe to the top of the mat in our forward fold, our Uttanasana. Really letting the top half of the body hang heavy down towards the ground. Inhale, we're going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, coming to standing. And then take those hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Moving through our Sun A. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step the left foot and then the right foot back. moving through a chaturanga. You can either lower the knees and come through your cobra or your upward facing dog, and then move back to your downward facing dog, where we'll be for a few rounds of breath. From our downward facing dog, we're going to look towards the top of the mat, and we're going to step our right foot and then our left foot. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rooting down, we're going to rise up, taking those hands back up to the sky, letting the gaze follow. And exhale, bring those hands into your heart center. Really nice. From here, we're going to take those feet, so a little bit wider, they're hip width apart. And we're going to come through 5 squats. So lowering the hips down, maybe hands in heart center, and up. 2. Exhaling on the going down, inhaling to come up. That's 3. 4. And last one, 5. Really nice, everyone. I'm going to turn to face you. So now we're going to point our feet, so that out on a 45-degree angle, and we're slowly going to come down into our Malasana squat, our yogic squat. So you may have your feet off the ground, sorry. That's totally all right. Just go where feels comfortable for you. And our Malasana will just land for a breath or two. Taking left hand down to the inside of the left leg, we're going to open up the chest, taking our right hand up to the sky. Exhale, coming back through center. And then take it down the other side. So right hand down to the right hand side, left hand up to the sky. One more inhale here. And then on the exhale, come back through center. From here, we're going to plant our hands down on the floor. And we're going to step our left foot back. So you're coming in to your lizard lunge. And take a moment here, so right foot's up, left foot's back. Take a moment here just to wiggle into those hips, maybe side to side, front and back. And then from here, we're going to push the hips back to the sky, straightening that right foot. And then exhale, come down into your lizard lunge, maybe arching the chest up to the sky. Exhale, push it back. Inhale, pull it forwards. Exhale, push it back. Inhale, pull it forwards. From here, we're going to lower our back knee down, maybe untuck the toes. That might be enough for you. Or you may wish to take one elbow down and then the second and come down. Breathing here into any sensitivities in the body. Really nice. One more breath. Exhale. Panning back up onto those hands. From here, we're going to tuck the back foot and we're going to push our weight into our left hand. We're going to spin onto the outside edge of our feet and we're coming through our side plank. Thinking about banana-ing those hips up to the sky. Maybe playing with a variation if that's in your practice. From here, we're going to take our right hand back down to the mat, step our right foot back to where it was in our lizard lunge, and then using a little bit of momentum, we're going to bring our left foot back into our Malasana squat. Maybe taking a little bit of free movement here, wiggling from left to right to the music before we move on to the next side. So on our exhale, our hands are going to come back down to the mat. This time we're stepping our right foot back. You may need to wiggle that left foot out a little bit further. Coming into your lizard lunge on the left-hand side. Moving through those pulses on the inhale. We're going to straighten that left leg. And on the exhale, come through. your lizard lunge. Inhale, straighten the left leg, pushing the hips up to the sky. Exhale, bring the chest through. One more. Knowing if you're wobbling, that just shows you're working and building strength in the muscles. From here, we're going to lower that back knee down, untuck the toes, and we're coming in to lower those arms on the ground, if that's in your practice. I always find this a very intense posture, so using my breath to really help dissipate some of the sensations in my hip really helps me to go a little bit deeper. Planting those hands back down on the mat, tucking that back toe, lifting the knee up, maybe rocking and rolling. We're going to come back to our Malasana squat. Bring those hands back into heart center. Well done. Lowering the hands down to the mat. Lift those hips up to the sky, coming into our forward fold. In our forward fold, just going to take our hands to interlace with each other and just roll out the wrists. Planting those hands back down on the earth, we're going to step the right foot and then left foot back into your high plank. You can stay here, or you can take 5 push-ups. Maybe you might want to take the assisted push-ups. 2, the knees down. 3, 4, and 5. Well done, everyone. Pushing back to our downward facing dog. From here, we're going to try and jump through to the top of the mat. So bending the knees, taking a big jump forward, and we're coming into our Paschimottanasana. So we're taking the feet out long in front, flexing both toes. On the inhale, taking the hands up to the sky. And exhale, folding forwards, maybe letting your arms catch the calves. Or if you're in a flexible body today, maybe catching the outside of those feet. Oh, that's really juicy for me today. Hamstrings and calves are nice and tight. We'll be here for 2 more rounds of breath. And your next inhale will slowly roll up. And now we're going to move into some of those playful movements. So we're going to take our hands over to the right hand side. You're going to plant your hands down on the floor. You're going to lean into the hands. And you're going to push up and throw the hands over to the other side. Lean into the hands. Push up. As if you were flying through the sky. Really letting momentum take you here. Not really worrying about what it looks like, more what it feels like. If you're a dancer floating through the sky, or in line with today's theme, as if you were a firefly or a lightning bug darting through the night sky. And then we can start to take this a little bit further. So you may wish to push down and flip over and come into an upward facing dog. And then push over and do the same on the other side. Going where works for you. Or you may just wish to stay with these more gentle, slightly more composed pops. Doing this for a few more breaths. Really lovely, everyone. And then after your next round, we're going to come back into a seated position. We're going to bend our knees, take our hands behind our knees, and we're going to rock and roll up the back body 3 times. 1 more. Rolling over those knees, planting down those hands, stepping back to your high plank. And then your downward facing dog. Really nice. Alrighty, and now we've got some more playtime. So we're moving into some bunny hops from our downward facing. So you may want to tuck your feet in a little bit, bend those knees. Really spread the fingers out wide on the hand, get the shoulders over the wrist. And this is something that I really struggle with. I've got a big fear of taking flight. That's why every now and then it's good to push it. So you want to have a play with hopping up, almost in a bunny hop style. And have a go with this. It's better to do quality over quantity, so don't try and do lots and lots. Do one, take a moment, reset, inhale, exhale, and maybe think about trying to kick those heels to the bottom. So from front on, hopefully you're having a go at this. Bend those knees. And it can help to take your gaze, your drishti, a little bit in front of the hands. So we've got a few more rounds of these to play with. Really pushing through the fingers. Try and get some hang time. Maybe have a little wiggle of those hips in the air. Falling out of it to the side. Being really playful, seeing where it takes you. Take one more round. That will look rather funny. And then we'll come back into our downward facing dog. From here, we're going to lower our knees down to the mat, as wide as the mat. Take your hips back, and we're going to melt down into our child's pose. Arms out in front, head resting down on the mat. Wiggling your forehead from left to right, right to left. Massaging the forehead into the mat. Maybe noticing if your heart rate has increased, if your breath has changed cadence, and then just trying to bring that breath back to a steady inhale and then exhale, maybe elongating the exhale to enable you to calm the body and the mind a little bit further, tapping into the parasympathetic nervous system. Taking our hands over to the left-hand side, we're going to crab walk them over to the left, placing our right hand on top of our left, dropping our head in between the triangle we've made with our arms, stretching from our right hip to our right armpit along the right-hand side of the body, inhaling into that right side body, exhaling, maybe opening a little bit further. Walking those hands back through center, and then we're taking it over to the right hand side this time. So breathing into that left side body this time. And coming back through center. And melting down for a final few moments before our time together comes to an end. If you set an intention, maybe coming back to what you intended to do. And if you came with my intention of being open to playfulness, just acknowledging that and seeing if you can keep that going throughout the rest of your day. Really embracing and enjoying these final few moments of stillness before you go out beyond the mat and back into your day. Maybe noticing any sounds that might be around you. And gently, slowly, I'm going to start to bring some movement back into the body, wiggling those fingertips, maybe rolling that forehead along the mat. And in your own time, we're going to push up, coming back to our kneeling position, and back to the room. Thank you so much for flowing with me today. That was day 12, lightning bugs. If you're joining us for the challenge, we hope to see you tomorrow for day 13. As always, it's a pleasure to guide you. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now.